हर जगह क्रिसमस का माहौल है और मैं हूँ मुंबई के ताज लैंड्स एंड में और क्रिसमस के अवसर पर मैं आपको एक बहुत बड़ा सरप्राइज देने वाला हूँ। एक सरप्राइज गेस्ट है, आप गेस कर सकते हो कौन है? तो मिलते हैं मास्टर शेफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फेमस शेफ गैरी मेगन को और उनके साथ है यहाँ के एग्जीक्यूटिव शेफ रोहित सांगवान। तो चलो रोहित और गैरी से मिलते हैं और पूछते हैं कि खाने में क्या है। तो मैंने आपको कहा था कि हमारे पास स्पेशल गेस्ट है, सरप्राइज है, फेमस सेलिब्रिटी है, ऑल द वे फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया, शेफ गैरी मेगन। शेफ,
Hello, how are you?
कैसे हो आप?
Yep, exactly. The only Hindi and I pick up the little splashes of English, but it's Mera naam Gary hai. And up to profession kya hai?
मैं खाता हूँ, वही मेरा प्रोफेशन है।
Eating. I love
Eating.
it.
He understood.
See, that's the well. It's because you did this.
I was helping you along the way.
I tell everybody at the moment. I tried to learn a little bit of Hindi, but it's very hard. But I create these little pictures in my head to try and remember, so I can count 1 to 10 through a little story. So I can do egg, do, tin, wait, cha, wait, panch, che, sat, et, no, dos.
Congratulations! I think we should put.
But do you want to know how I remember it? I picture an egg, a timer, a ball of dough, a cup of cha, and then punch. I know from Punch Farhan, so it's a little bit
Punch
of spices.
Farhan, okay.
And then I've got a picture of someone eating with a big cross through it, which is sat et no dos. But that's all I've got for you.
So it's
people.
all pictorial. It's
Yeah.
all pictorial.
It's all pictorial, and it's generally food.
or you can learn all your numbers and language from Chef Rohit. Chef Rohit, let me introduce him. Chef Rohit, executive chef of the Taj Lands End in Mumbai, and he's joining us on this conversation. I wanted to discuss you and your relationship with Indian food.
For me, as a way of learning, an exploration of Indian cuisine, if there is ever such a thing, has been fascinating.
Which is what I was to get to, because everybody who is in Europe or in Australia or in the United States, they club Indian cuisine under
big homogenous lump
umbrella,
Yeah.
just one
Sure.
thing.
Recently, I went to Goa, and I've never had the opportunity of Goa. So I've been to Chennai, I've been to Bengaluru, I've been to Hyderabad. I've been all over the place, and then I've missed
Goa?
I've missed Goa, and
Which every European or foreigner goes to
correct.
to start off
and I
with.
thought, who wants to go to Goa? It's too busy, it's too noisy, or whatever. I went to South Goa. I went to Avanish Martin's restaurant down there,
Cavatina.
Cavatina, and I just went.
He's brilliant, isn't he?
Oh my goodness! I didn't think that it was this, And he said, "No, we don't have naan bread. We've got poi. We don't have this. We've got, it's like, rachado. This, the paste which in I think
The red-
rachado,
the
which
red-
in Portuguese
Rachado,
is a stuffing, literally. But here it can be, just a paste on prawns or fish or.
And they stuff mackerel with rashad in any case.
Yeah. If you look at India's map, I think above Gujarat and all, it's okay that food is butter chicken and all.
Correct.
I think here there's a lot of local flavors which is coming in across. Gujarat don't have a butter chicken at all.
No, they don't.
They don't have oil or to a paneer makhni in their dishes.
But this is the great thing about a city like Melbourne, because of all the immigrant population, each having maybe ghettos of their own as well.
Sure.
The food it's a huge variety
Yeah.
of.
But Mumbai's the
international
same.
food. It is.
You couldn't think of a
It
city
is.
that's more diverse than
Yes.
Mumbai.
It is.
Everything
Yeah.
from everywhere. I mean, people just flock into Mumbai looking for opportunity.
We have a really, really diverse city, but the food has not become that diversified yet.
No.
Which is why we're looking at
Yes.
chefs like Rohit and all to,
Yeah.
shake up Indian food a bit.
So I'll give you a very basic example. Across Bandra, do you remember we did that Thai tea?
Yes, we did
Yeah,
that.
Bandra
Yes,
dishes.
yes.
So it had flavors of Parsi Connect,
Absolutely.
the East Indians, the Muslims across the city,
And-
and the Koli,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
the Punjabis then, who
Correct.
came into 5 people
And the
staying
Parsi,
in Bandra.
and the Parsi,
And the
yeah,
Parsis.
Irani and
Yes.
Yeah.
Persian.
And he did it only in Bandra. So he's found all these communities in this little suburb of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. And did the food ever surprise you? And you're a chef, you've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
Something, oh hell, I haven't tasted this ever before in my life.
Always.
Kind of stuff.
Always, because I think you become a little complacent. I certainly had at that point in my career about, what I've learned as a chef and what I think is good food. And also there's a certain professional pride that gets in the way of the pure joy of food. And you know, if you look at what Rohit does here, I mean tonight, you got a wedding on tonight, probably a couple of thousand people, you got a VIP dinner, you got, you know, 3 restaurants open, there's just stuff going on. And so, you know, you look at an amateur competition like MasterChef and lots of words like the love of food and all that are bandied around, and sometimes there's not a lot of love, is there? It's just a lot of hard
So
work.
I was talking to the team and him at the back. They tell me, your team, how many people are working as simultaneously, and we think it's a chaos, and at the end of it, when we say, you say pick up, and everything falls in place and everybody knows what to bring.
Yeah.
If you can handle an Indian wedding, Gary,
I'm happy to watch.
you will
I'm happy
be
to watch Rohit organise it.
if you can handle 80 cuisines, not 80 dishes, 80 cuisines.
Yeah, no, I'll be happy to. Let
Our
somebody
version
else
of
do that.
Mexican, our version of Asian,
Yeah, I'll have something
Thai.
to say about that, I'm sure. But you know, what MasterChef did was, you know, it put the amateur cook front and centre. I mean, it's a bit like what I'm doing here with Konosh. Konosh is a platform where amateur cooks have formed a club and you can order food. I mean, it's wonderful.
Do you get mobbed in India?
Oh, I don't get mobbed. I mean, I think.
But people recognize you. And
In Nagaland, I got mobbed. I was really, I was just like, I thought no one would know. I mean, the far northeast. I mean, I posted on my Instagram the map, you know, just for anybody that's outside of India to say, this is, by the way, this is where I am.
Okay.
You know, so you got India, and then we got Nagaland over here. And I didn't think anybody would know me, but what I didn't realise, of course, very sophisticated. They lean into Southeast Asia a lot for inspiration, Japan and Korea and Vietnam, Thailand. And very sophisticated, dressed really well, beautiful textiles, local art, music, all of these things. And then the food, and so they're all foodies, like most Indians. They just love their food. And they were like, Gary, you know, and I was exhausted from just constant
Saying
photographs.
hi,
It was not
smiling and shaking
it's not what I
hands.
thought, but I just thought how wonderful. You know, I always say it's not often the place, but the people. You know, it's who you meet and interact with. That's what makes a visit special. But now we're feeling good, and the Taj here is one of my favourite hotels in India.
Nice.
So yeah, things I love to eat. I'm not afraid. Once upon a time, I used to cook for the accolades and the ego.
Yeah.
Now I just
So
now I
this is
just-
soul food.
Now I just cook for my tummy.
Now it's fun.
Soul food's and a little lower.
Happy to do that.
A little lower.
And it's a little harder to get rid of.
Yeah. Oh, you're telling me. Oh,
I've been
doesn't
stuck in
go,
it
doesn't.
since I've been sitting down.
The three of us over here sitting, I look like the 3 people who really, really like their food. Which is true. He's taking it in. He's pulling his chest out and stomach going in.
When I found my gurus when I was in Kerala covering Onam for National Geographic, and we met the Pulakali dancers, which are the tiger dancers.
Yeah.
Never have I met a group of men that actually are proud of their bellies, because that's part of the culture. And what I loved most is with the seniors had huge bellies
ones.
that they have to actually work on, and then the young men in training were positively slender. They couldn't dance the tiger dance at all.
I'm moving to Kerala.
Yeah, I want to become a Pulakali dancer. I was positively slim. They said, "Who's this waif and straight?"
Great. So lovely. We're going to peek into the kitchen and see what's cooking, and then we're going to taste what's happening as well.
For a change, I have taken over as the show in charge for this show, because I can't see Kunal having such delicate food after having those huge pots of biryani.
And I have to explode this
Catch up.
myth. Explode the myth, because people say, oh, that French restaurant I went to, oh, that fancy restaurant, they gave me small portions of everything, but by the time you finish eating all your courses, you're full.
Yeah, full, yeah.
But often, if you maybe India was the first to really come up with a degustation menu, because you were talking about 80 dishes
Yes.
before. I mean, essentially that's what you
Which
sit down
is-
to a 20 course, but it's kind of all together rather than
And nobody can eat all that, so it does become into a tasting thing.
Yeah, but your tummy stretches too. So,
Of course it does. Don't we all know? Don't we all know?
right, you want to get stuck
Yeah,
in?
let's start.
So this
So-
is basically a warm. It's like a keema pub. So it's a warm bun with a jackfruit rendang inside, which is a Malaysian style curry paste or curry, and normally beef, but or pork. But in this case, a rendang sauce or mayo. Dip it in, get stuck in. It's slightly sweet, as it should be when you. So,
Oh, lovely.
Did you want to try it?
Yeah, of course.
Come
I've
on.
tried one in the kitchen.
I've eaten this. I've eaten too many of these.
Oh, this is delicious. First of all, the bread itself is delicious. It's literally like a little parcel of surprise.
Yeah.
Because you bite into it, you get the soft
Yeah.
sweetness of bread, and then suddenly the spice hits you like a rendang spice should.
I like this guy. He's describing it really well.
I learned it from these guys. Huh? Watching MasterChef, I've
Yeah.
learned how
Are
to.
you under pressure? Is that what it is? Trying to break it down. Sometimes you can just eat it and go yum.
Yeah, but
That's
true, just yum. Okay,
so this
next,
is
this is the next.
So this is we bought this from Australia actually because we didn't know if we could source it. But there's a green a green flat rice that comes from Vietnam.
Ah, okay.
So it's like a glutinous, chewy, flat rice in flakes, much like poha. So what we've done is we've mixed the Indian flat rice with the Vietnamese green rice.
Green rice.
To give us like a green and white crusted prawn.
And you got
with a
pomelo.
Vietnamese style salad with nok chum or man. So it's sweet, sour, salt. So flavors of lime, fish sauce. And if you want, you could just like pick it up by the tail and eat the whole thing.
And this is because this is going to be nice and crunchy. I can see this.
Yeah.
And you've got. Oh.
And you feel, and to be honest, you can put any aromatics that you want in there.
The interesting thing which you can do is to make it into a smaller size. You can do the same thing. This is a betel leaf.
Oh,
And
look.
so you can
Pan.
make a pan out of a prawn in this.
And actually, we did encourage people to eat the betel leaf underneath, but everybody eats the dish and
The
leaves
dish,
the
yeah.
I
betel
think
leaf.
this is only for decoration.
No, just
Yeah.
to eat. Yeah, that's what they think. And actually, a lot of people don't do it, but I
Put
like.
everything, yeah.
I like,
So now it's your turn.
and maybe it's challenging for Indians, but this crunchy shell is really delicious. Something I learned up in Nagaland, for example, they like to chew the bones.
Bone.
Yes.
I like the bones of meat. And
I'm going to do it.
So I'll make one for you. What I was saying.
you're making a pan out of this?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's making a pan out of a betel nut leaf and all the loveliness that
Salad.
is there.
See? I love the crunchy shells.
It does, it is.
Oh, you're
and it's
gonna
got
have to bring the
so
plate
many
back.
different textures in there.
So we ask Kunal to do what he does best.
Bring the
Open
plate
his
over.
mouth and eat, open his
dribble.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable, you know. It's I can't even call it Asian. It's just I know it is, yeah. Oh, this is lovely.
Yeah. So this is a bastilla, so a pie,
Okay.
classic, a Moroccan pie, and we've kind of drifted around the world a little bit, but it's what, like I said, it's like what I eat. I want to eat. So I've got a braise of lamb. It's cooked with cinnamon and clove, and a little bit of chocolate actually in the filling. And
Oh.
you'll see.
Okay.
And there's a
Just-
Yemeni hot sauce.
All
under
good,
there.
all good.
So,
Super.
So this is just normal curd or is
yeah.
it sort of
It's drained a little bit. So
Yeah,
it's like
yogurt,
some of the
Greek
white-
yogurt.
Yeah, Greek.
little little hung?
Uncut, yeah. What we use for tikka marination.
Correct,
and
correct.
everything.
And pine nuts. Oof.
I'm going to have a bit
Yeah.
myself just because I haven't tasted this.
Oh,
Haven't tasted. Quite rich.
but the pastry is so fluffy. The meat is superbly well pulled.
That's good. So, did you get a bit of the green sauce?
I did. Chef,
No, I'm good.
what is the sweetness that I'm getting?
There's some raisins in there.
raisins?
I love this one side.
So what you find with the Bastilla, this is a hotel compromise in a sense,
Yes,
or a
yeah.
feeding a lot of
Yeah.
people compromise. I use a little china bowl to do that. But if you can cook it in a little pan, you get much better,
Much
crispy,
better crust.
brown.
Crispier thing.
Yeah. And I do a pan about that size at home with the same filling and turn it out and it is glossy, glassy brown.
And I have
but it's still damn good.
It's
you know?
very nice. It's flaky. It's lovely, and it's buttery, and I have a soft corner for pastry of all kind. I just love puff pastry or any kind of pastry.
All right.
On that note,
Sweet finish. So essentially, it's a quick chocolate mousse. So there's only chocolate and cream in there, a little bit of walnut oil.
okay.
You've got some candied walnuts, a little bit of orange jelly, only because you get some texture out of it.
This
And
is
originally,
the orange
and a chocolate twirl, so you can kind of smash that if you want.
Like a-
just break it.
like a
Get some
schnapps.
crunchy stuff. And originally, I was going to do a chocolate tart, and then Dan actually said to me, "No,
Oh, this is much nicer.
don't do a chocolate tart."
Oof! Look at these flavors: salted caramel, orange jelly, and oof!
Walnuts.
Melody of textures. The chewiness of the caramel. Oof! It's stuck in my teeth also,
Yeah.
but it's delicious.
In England, when I grew up, and the reason I love chocolate and orange is because we used to have what was called Jaffa cakes.
Jaffa cakes.
And they were a little biscuit in a packet. There would have been about 12 of them, and they're a soft, spongy base with a little kind of marmalade jam, and then they're coated in chocolate. It tastes exactly like that.
Oh, this was quite a meal, I must say. First of all, finally, it was just great chatting with both you chefs.
Well, there's a time and place for everything, isn't there? One day you have a big biryani.
And
Next time you can have
and you can-
green and white rice prawns.
and you can take me up on it. I will do this big biryani for you. How can we finish a big meal and continue to talk about food?
No, because
think
that's
about
what
it.
you do. I love what you do. You know,
That's what Kunal and Gary are.
No, hello, chef. You're the biggest of them lot. You know, nice.
fairly obsessed. So, anyway,
Thank you,
thank
chef.
you very much.
Thank you
indeed.
very much. Thank
I'm
you
not
very
trying
much.
to wind it up or anything, but
No, we
some
don't.
some of us got some work to do.
Oh, okay, chef. Bye.
Okay, see ya.
Well, what an episode. अगर आपको ये episode पसंद आया, तो please write to us, share, subscribe and comment. और आते रहिए, खाते रहिए और पूछते रहिए कि खाने में क्या है.
Right. Why don't I just, to make it really
yeah,
easy,
yeah,
I go,
yeah,
you know what, do yourselves a favour, like, subscribe and follow, and you go,
खाने में क्या है?
and how do you spell that?
You can try it.
And you go, is that your name?
और
Kunal
I
Jain.
खाने में क्या है then?
Yeah, we can have a bit of fun with it, but it gets a bit confusing if we have too much fun.
Yeah.
Never seen the necessary, what is it? What do you call it when you invent jugged? What is it when you jugaad?
Jugaad.
I've seen a lot of that over the last 12 years.
So chef's Hindi is.
I bought a little